Hey guys, this is What If Naruto Was the Reincarnation of Creation, and I actually have a shout out today. The shout out is this person. They are a What If YouTuber. I actually like their content, so I'd recommend that to watch their content. If you like it, subscribe to them, as they seem like a because they make great what ifs and so on. No, that's how I think. So what this is again, as I said, this is what if Naruto was creation. So to start with, there is going to be Infinity Stones, but you'll know why. The Infinity Sword, then the Elemental Tailed Wolf. Then there's the Naruto base form, Omni Naruto. Essentially, whenever he uses his full, whenever he, you know what, what's the best wording? Like engulfs his very being with his power over creation. It turns into this, the Infinity Stones, and let's try and do this in order, incomplete creation's eye. The incomplete creation's eye is essentially the stage before the imperfect creation's eye, then the semi-perfect creation's eye, and then the perfected creation's eye. And of course, these are the stones that he created. As this is like the creator of the Naruto universe, or what they would consider. So he created the Genesis Stone. I'm not sure what that one is meant to do. I know evolution allows you to evolve things. Death, chaos, nightmare, power, space, time, mind, soul, reality, and ego. Actually, you know what? Ignore the ego, because I'm not sure what to do with the ego. Actually, you know what? Yeah. Also, if any of you know what the Genesis Stone, Genesis, Chaos, and Nightmare Stones do. Actually, I just noticed there's a War Stone as well. But if any of y'all know what those are, please tell me. I don't know what they are, too much about them. You've seen all of the things. The Creation's Eye essentially is different forms of his own dojutsu. The first stage gains the power of the One Tomo Sharingan, and uh, and then the second form has the power. The first one has the visual prowess of the Sharingan, of the One Tomo Sharingan, and of course, it boosts his creation ability. Give me a moment, guys. Sorry, it was just my sister and doing it and bothering me. And by doing it, I mean coming in my room and bothering me while I'm trying to make the video. Now, where was I? Oh, yeah. This stage only has the One Tomo Sharingan's power. This one has the Two Tomo and gains the Byakugan's power as well. Then the third one gains like the Otsutsuki Byakugan, and it has the Three Tomo Sharingan's power, and it gains the Ketsuryugan amount of power, the Ketsuryugan's power, and then the Perfect Creation's Eye gains the power of all dojutsu. The Creation's Eye is his dojutsu. I forgot to say the neglected part because I'm probably going to make him a neglected because I don't know what else to do. The element, by the way, this is a wolf, I think, so the elemental tailed wolf is essentially a tailed beast he created from elements. So either way, let's start the video. So we see, as the creation god says, it looks like create a universe. I will use my power to create how many are there? To create 12 Infinity Stones. Genesis Stone. As he creates the Genesis Stone, then the Evolution Stone, the Death Stone, the Chaos Stone, the Nightmare Stone, he says, War Stone, Power Stone, Space Stone, time stone, mind stone, soul stone, reality stone, and ego stone. Because in this, I think, actually, that would make it 13. So in this, I'm going to say he created an ego stone, but it's different from like the one in Marvel. The ego stone essentially gives him the ability to create anything. Essentially, it gives him the ability to help. Essentially, it gives him the ability to grant, like whoever finds it, to get granted 3 wishes. However, it can only be used once per a person unless it's him, in which it can be used near infinite, actually infinitely, but not. However, the wishes aren't have their limits. The wishes of it are like the limits of the Namekian Shenron from Dragon Ball Z. So yeah, that's basically the limits of the ego stone, of this version of the ego stone. He says these stones, whoever, they will all have a spirit, a form of spirit at least. Each of them will have their own personality, and in order for me and whoever they see, even without me, actually, you know what? No, they won't have a personality. He creates them, and he says, now 13 stones of infinity stones. I use your power to create the universe, in which he uses their power to create the very universe itself. And then we see as all the stones go flying, and they all land on Earth in different spots. We see as a person by the name of Kushina Uzumaki it has found one of these stones, has found all the stones as they found. And then they see the stones start spinning and then turning into energy and going into her. As he said that if he dies, someone who finds all 12 will have a will have a that basically under certain circumstances would be the host of his reincarnation. And she found them. And since this happened, he essentially divided his power into each of these stones upon his death, saying that when they all unite under a pure heart, someone who is pure-hearted, in this case it's Naruto, he will reincarnate. The 6 stones have his power, essentially hold his power when he dies, so that everything doesn't die with him. Think of it like that. So we see as Naruto, Menma, and Mito are born, and the Nine Tails attack happens. Naruto gets all of the Nine Tails, and actually no, almost all of the Nine Tails. He gets 75% of the Nine Tails, and then Kushina gets the chakra left in the air from it. And then there's Menma and Mito, which each get half of what's left of the Nine Tails chakra. However, Naruto also gets the full soul, so the chakra will eventually come back to him from Menma and Mito at least. So yeah, that's how. So now we see as the thing like where Jiraiya says that Menma and Mito are the children of prophecy happens. And they start saying, what about this demon? As they think of him as a demon in either way, but they aren't. He says, just kick him out. He'll be a hindrance to the train. As this happens, Naruto heard this, and then this is where his eyes start. He feels immense pain in his eyes, and he awakens the incomplete creation's eye. And upon awakening this, he gains his memory over creation. However, he doesn't have 100% of his power. He has to unlock his powers. He only knows his abilities, but he does not know how to unlock them and in which situations. Basically, think of it like he knows about which powers he has. It's just that he doesn't know how to unlock them. 100% of them at least. So we see as he's one of the ones he started trying to do before he And as he essentially created the 13 stones. And we see as he pulls out the chaos, the evolution stone. And he says, I don't think I'm evolved enough to be able to control all of my powers. Even this one power is tough enough to do, as he could only summon out all 13, but not use their power to multiply his yet. So he grabbed the evolution stone, and he said, "Evolution stone, I ask you to grant my your power. As the evolution, I ask you to evolve me." As we see the evolution stone become a powerful being, and then go and start shooting energy into his chest, evolving him, making him stronger than even the likes of Otsutsuki. As we see, as his very energy starts surrounding him, and he starts to gain a little bit. And he think of it like since he hasn't completed it all, I'd say. Wait, what color is that stone that he's using? Oh yeah, it's that. So he has see that color right to the left of this of the left eye. Essentially, he has that color of aura right now, and he has the creation's eye flaring. Either way, and the stones are all flaring. But then he says, I better hide this. As they haven't sensed it yet, as they haven't been constantly trying to sense it. So he just absorbs it back in, and he learns about his dojutsu, so he turns off the dojutsu. He does not know how to evolve it to the next form. So with this knowledge, so he gets kicked out after getting beaten. And then we skip. Menma and Mito have been being trained and finally go to the academy, in which they only let Naruto in once they were in as well. Also, they did kick him out of the clan, essentially by giving his position to Menma and Mito just before that. So, yeah, that's basically what happened. As we see, Menma and Mito say, it's that loser demon. Let's beat him up after school. And then we see, after school, they didn't do any spars or anything yet. They try and beat him up. But then they see as as then he activated and he got so much physical pain to the point where his dojutsu started evolving. This is the start of the academy. It started to evolve. Think of it used to be all blue, that light blue color. But now it looks exactly like this. Either way, and he regenerated, and they say we beat the demon, of course, when they get home. Either way, this is where I'm ending the first part. And I'm thinking, once this video gets to 5 likes, I'll start, and I notice it, which will be fairly quickly, because I'm going to check every day or so to see how many likes it has. But basically, once it reaches 5 likes, at the very minimum, I hope that you can get the 5 likes, because this is actually a decent series that I thought up, and I'm hoping that you can get the 5 likes, because right now, I feel like we don't really have any like goals, so I'm going to start doing like goals. If you like to show how much you like series, it's not going to be ridiculous. It's manageable if you like the series. Either way, that's all, and almighty cliffhanger.